We want to start off by thanking our friends at PlayStation Canada providing this game to us for review. I'm Port from 3 Dads and a Console, and this is my review of Horizon Forbidden West on PS5. I want to start off by saying I played Horizon on my PS5 on my LG OLED, and let me tell you, the game looks beautiful. I played the game on performance low like I always do, but the game does offer a favor resolution mode. For performance mode, you get to play the game at 60 frames per second at 1800p, which you need to switch to if you want to play at, because the default settings for the game are resolution mode, which run at 4K 30 frames per second. Given that this game was a cross-gen title, you can play it on PS4 or PS5, I can understand why you can't play 4K 60 frames per second. Even on performance mode, the game looks gorgeous, and I found myself using photo mode more in the game than I have ever had in any video game. The vast landscapes and biomes provided a perfect opportunity to take amazing photos. The map is larger than the previous game and has beautiful biomes and many recognizable areas from the western United States, like the Golden Gate Bridge in downtown Las Vegas. The biome design is second to none in any video game I've ever played. Character animations are some of the best I've seen in a video game, and I've heard they even look good on the PS4 Pro. I wasn't as impacted by the sound as I wish I could have been. I had a great setup in my basement that provides surround sound, 3D audio, all that great stuff. But I found the 3D audio in the game didn't jump out at me. As you walk through all the different biomes, the ambient noises were spot on, but left me wanting more. The machines seemed to all sound the same. Besides the big giant machines that made thuds around you, that's about it. I didn't feel like the environment or the sound design was building up to anything. The voice acting was precise and extremely well done, and some of my favorite parts of the game. I'm not going to tell you any spoilers here, so I'm just going to stick to the basics. It is a continuation of the previous game, which I suggest you play, and if you need a little refresher like I did, go on YouTube, watch a bunch of YouTube videos, and remember some of the more significant points from the last game. I wouldn't say you need to have played the first game to play this game, but it does help. Some people told me before the game that they found the story dragged on, but I didn't find that. I enjoyed all my time in the Forbidden West, especially the side quest, which I found interesting and some very amusing. There's some surprises along the way in the story and some excellent character building with side characters. My total playing time was just over 73 hours, but I completed all the side quests in the game. I also collected all the relics and finished majority of the errands. If this is your first venture into a Horizon game, the gameplay can take some getting used to. If this is your first venture into a Horizon game, then the gameplay can take some getting used to. I did find it a lot smoother than the previous game when pulling up my weapon wheel and switching between weapons. This time, the variety of weapons added more challenge to the enemies, and I loved using my focus to scan them and see their weaknesses. The traversal is where I found my frustration though. I kept falling like I was playing an old Assassin's Creed game. I had a lot of missed jumps, or in the climbing areas I wasn't trying to. In the accessibility features, you can turn on helpers, so they put these little yellow dots all over the mountainside so that shows you where to climb and where you can't. I felt the mechanics provided a decent enough challenge and the variety when it came to the fighting styles. The melee I used and loved using the combos while taking down enemies. I found myself using the melee more than I have in the previous game. One of my favorite things to use was to use the glide shield, and I know you all want me to say it reminds me of that game from Nintendo, but we all know Nintendo stole it from Assassin's Creed. Review scores aren't something 3 Dads and a Console are interested in. Currently, everyone believes that if something is rated a 7, it isn't good. If everything is a 10, then nothing is a 10. Instead, we'll be focusing on 2 big points for gaming parents. 1, is this game worth the limited time a gaming parent has? 2, can you play this game around your child and not feel guilty about what they're watching? I would say yes, it is worth the money, and the game respects your time. I never found myself trying to mainline the story, and in fact, if they had made the game a little shorter, it would have been perfect. Regarding playing in front of your child, it depends on their age. My daughter is 5, so I wouldn't play it in front of her, but if she was 8, maybe 7, I would see no problem. There's no blood or gore, but there's a lot of violence. All in all, I highly recommend playing Horizon Forbidden West and hoping for some DLC down the road.